This is Ebonygeek. You're always welcome to join me in expanding your knowledge base. Comments are always welcome, and please subscribe. Hello, my name is Ebonygeek45, and today is a great day to learn something. What we will be doing today is fairly simple compared to what we have been doing before. And I just want to explain some things about the Eclipse IDE just so we know before we really start getting into everything. Now, whenever you see these arrow buttons, it means that this can be collapsed down. And also, whenever you see things with minus or plus, that means that could be expanded and unexpanded. Like with this arrow, it's collapsed down. If you don't want it collapsed and you want to save some space, go ahead and click on it, and as you can see, it closes up. You will click on it again to collapse it down, and that goes for any of these others. Like for your header, it's going to show you what's in the header file, so you could collapse it down. And let me bring some space here, so you can collapse it down, and it's going to show you that it has the Arduino header file in there, and it actually has the preset for the setup in the loop. That's the required functions that you must use for Arduino. Okay, so when you collapse it back up, if we collapse our C++ file, we'll see what we have in here. So we also have our Arduino header file. We have our Blinky1 header file, which is our header file here. But we're including that in our Arduino.cpp file, which is our source file, which is really our main file, our main source file. Okay, we're using the variable, and note the symbol in front. The variable LED is the type int. Okay, so notice the symbol in front that's saying that it's an variable, and you also see that here. It's just that this one collapsed up and down, and this is actually the properties made. Okay, so also if you look further, you see our functions, and notice the symbol in front. Okay, and it's telling you everything that's going on in our .cpp file, which is our source file. So we have our required loop, our required setup, and then we have our two user-defined functions that we create. And it's also here in your properties menu, but it's also here where we could expand it back up. Okay, in our project explorer. Then you have your release files, which we'll get to later. Don't mess with that too much. We have our Arduino header. We already explained that's the predefined functions that we're using in our actual coding. That's where pin mode is. Okay, and we have our includes folder. Some of these folders are just, we need them. Don't mess with them right now. We don't want to. We just want to work with it, and later on we'll get to understand it more about it. Okay, that explains that. We would just bring that back up. That helps a lot of times when you have maybe 8 or 9 or 10 and they're all collapsed down and they went past this point, so you want to collapse them up. Okay, and you also could right click on that, so if you have many projects open, okay, you can right click on the project and you can choose to close the project, and that will close the project. Okay, sometimes, and we'll get to this part, but sometimes you do a lot of things and you change a lot of things and you actually need to clean your project. Here is where you would clean your project. If you right click on the project explorer, is also up here, and I believe projects, then you have clean. Now I'm just letting you know because later on you definitely gonna run to points where you need to clean your project. So if you hear someone saying you need to do that, then that's how you do it. Okay, let's go ahead and expand that back down because that's how I had it. I'm gonna pull this over, and if you were wondering, you just linger over the line, and if it's not being stubborn, it'll pull over for you. Okay. In this editor window, when you have like your comments and there are multiple line comments, you will see this minus button, and when you click on it, you'll see a little line come down here, and that's letting you know how long that comment line is, and you can actually click on it to collapse it. This is good for when you're running out of space and you want to actually see a couple things. So, and also when you have a function, okay, as you can see, the line, when you click on it, and if you can stay on the line, it goes from the beginning to the end of the function. Okay, when you click on the minus, it collapses up the functions so that all you're seeing is the top of the function. It lets you know what it is, and when you hover over the blue line, it'll tell you what the function is. Okay, and then you can click it and it collapses back down. That's pretty good for like if you need to see again, like say if I want to see this code and the one above it. Let me actually get rid of that extra space. So if I want to not see this one but see the one on top and the one on the bottom, then I would just collapse this down. Okay, as you can see, that code is still there, it's just that it's collapsed down. If I really need to see it, I could go ahead and linger over it and we can see what's in there. But I can see the top part, I can see the bottom part, so that's helpful when you need to do something like that. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and open it back up. Okay, alright, so and then of course you can actually build your projects with the hammer. That's what that means. Okay, but you should use the verify check. These are the symbols that you will see on the Arduino IDE. These are official, looks like official Arduino buttons. So you will more than likely want to use the Arduino buttons. Okay, but you can use the hammer if you like, but I would just stick with the Arduino buttons because that's what it's set up for. Okay, so if you have a preference, like I said, I don't really, what's here is fine for me. I had a preference for bigger fonts. I showed you that how to do that in an earlier video, but we could go through it quickly. You would just go into the editor window and right click. You would choose preference. Okay, and once you get up here to preference, you would choose text editor. Okay, and then you would choose colors and fonts. Okay, make sure text font is selected for basic. Okay, that's what it looks like, basic there. Okay, so make sure it's selected and then edit it. Alright, and then when you get here, just set it up the way you want to. Arial is just my thing. I just like to have my stuff set up on Arial, and I have it set up for 16, and that's big enough. I hope that you can see it, and then you would click on OK, and then you might want to click on apply and then OK, and then you should come out with the size and the font. I'm Ebonygeek, and I hope that the information provided has been helpful to you. Please remember to subscribe. Happy building and happy coding.